Hello friends, Intuitive Rene here, bringing you your daily tarot reading for the 14th of July 2021. It is Wednesday, and today I am using the Patch Tarot. It is such an awesome deck. I love, even though it is a little bit cartoony, but it's an incredibly powerful deck, and really one that I enjoy working with. First of all, I love these backs. Can we just talk about how gorgeous these backs are? And again, the power, the energy that comes off these cards is actually quite mind-blowing. So we've got our chakras represented across the top there. We've got all our chakra energies. This circle in the background is the flower of life. We also have the Kabbalah, the tree of life, depicted here. So this is the tree of life symbol, the circle, and these dots that you see here is the Kabbalic tree of life, which is incredibly powerful. We also have the tree of life symbol over there as well. And then we have light. And you know, we all understand how light works and how our eyes see. It's about refraction and all of that. So it's about receiving pure energy and then dispersing it into all the colors, or is it about receiving the colors and creating perfection from it? So I love these backs. I really do. And I just love this deck. So let me stop waffling about the deck and let me show you the pictures. So I have shuffled and laid out 3 cards to give us our reading for the day, our energy for Wednesday. Let's see, what do the cards want us to know. All right, so the first card we have is the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Swords is, you can see mental anguish. Okay, that's the kind of words that I want to use today. The Eight of Swords is feeling like the whole world is against you, feeling as if no, everywhere I turn there's a problem, there's a challenge, there's an obstacle, feeling like you're on your own and that nobody's got your back and nobody's there to help you, feeling as if you've been stranded and abandoned. But so if we look at the card, let's look at the image that we have going on here. So we have a person, which represents you, standing on muddy waters or such muddy ground. There is a little bit of water around, and the water is flowing, it's running, which also water represents emotions. So there's definitely emotions flowing and running in this particular situation. We have this red scarf that's tied across his eyes, so he can't see where he's going, he can't see where he is, he can't see what's around him. And in front of him, we have these 2 swords that have been stabbed or pierced into the ground. And they're standing there. In the background here, we can see that there's like a bit of a spider web, but it's not real. It's just a figment of his imagination, the spider web with all sorts of swords in it as well. So there are 8 swords in total, being the card of the 8 of Swords. But because he's blindfolded, because he can't see, because he has this red ribbon or this red scarf tied around his eyes, he can't see, and he's immediately perceiving that his situation is dire. He's immediately perceiving that he's in danger, that he's in trouble, and he's not even really allowing himself to explore. You can see he's got his hands on either side of his head, and we all tend to hold our heads in that way when we are afraid, nervous, angry, frustrated, you know, all of those kind of negative emotions. We all generally tend to hold our heads. But the fact that he can access his head, the fact that he can reach his head, means that he could remove the blindfold, but he chooses not to because he's confused, because he doesn't really know. He's allowing his inner fears to drive his reality and to create his reality. So we've got to be cautious of this today. We've got to make sure that we are being honest with ourselves. We've got to make sure that we're not allowing fear to drive us today. Okay, things may not always go according to plan, and things might not always be as they appear, but you have to be strong, brave, confident, and not succumb to your own insecurities and fears. All right, that's very important. Let's have a look and see what our second card wants to add to the situation. We have the Ace of Wands. So Ace of Wands, again, you can see we have this beautiful fiery energy in the background. So here we have I'm calling her a lady, and the reason why I'm calling her a lady is because of the long hair. So here we have this beautiful person who is standing there holding the flame of life, holding this flame of inspiration. And you can see how the fire or the light is emanating out of the top of their heads and coming down her body. She stands for inspiration. So you have a choice to be stuck in that mindset, or to remove the blindfold, remove the scarf around your eyes, see the opportunity, the situation, the reality of your circumstances, and to use that in your favor, to direct you, to help you, and to let you move forward. So it's your choice. You have the choice of being stuck or of moving forward. And I do hope that this is the one that you choose, because the inspiration, the creativity, the new opportunities that come out of facing your fears, facing your insecurities, I mean, that's just, it's mind blowing. If you succumb to this, if you get stuck in this energy, if you get stuck in this mindset, you're not going to progress in the way that you want to or need to. But if you take it as a challenge, overcome it, see past the limitations and the restrictions, anything is possible. I have to look. I have to look. I can't wait any longer. Yeah, you see. You see, you see, you see. So look how bright and beautiful this particular card is. And again, I know it might not always be so clear on camera, but here we have a person in the middle here who is just living their best life. We have got the zodiac going around. We have got our planets coming up. So we've got the full astrological everything happening here. This is the card of the sun, and the sun represents success. It represents happiness. It represents understanding. It represents everything that we are working towards. And it's interesting, this week I definitely feel like there's a veil lifting this week. I definitely feel like energetically every single one of us are evolving, okay? But in order to have this evolution, in order to have this progress, in order to become this energy, we have to overcome our own limits and restrictions, our own mindsets, because our minds are our biggest obstacles. You know, we perceive danger and problems everywhere we go, because that's just how we've been conditioned, how we've been programmed. But when we can work through that, if you can work through your own mindsets, and if you can see the opportunity, the inspiration, and opportunity, it's the only word I can use. If you can see the opportunities that actually are right there in front of you, success, happiness, victory, abundance, all of those fabulous words are there for you. But we have to overcome this first. So friends, today is Wednesday. It is the 14th of July. I do think it's an important day. I do think it's a significant day. And I do think this is where we need to be. This is our key card for the day. This is our focus point. And we need to work through. If you find yourself worrying excessively, if you find yourself stressed, if you find yourself panicked, if you find yourself in a state of worry, stop for a minute before you succumb to that emotion, before you succumb to that stress. Stop, breathe, exhale, release the shoulders, release the tension, and just remove the blindfold and then observe. Look around you, see what's actually going on. Find the inspiration, dig deep within yourself to find that inspiration, and let that be the driving force. Let inspiration be your driving force to get you to where you need to be, to enjoy the success and the happiness and the abundance that is there for you, because there is so much abundance around, so much. But if you're not seeing, if you've still got your blindfold on, you're not going to see the opportunity. As always, friends, with love and blessings from my heart to yours, until we connect again, take care.